Welcome to BCB Live. Yes, we are that safest station in the nation.
Hey everybody, welcome to BCB Live, the safest station in the nation. Drive safe, Dave here on a beautiful Tuesday morning. Driving it alone, running it alone. Sir Rick is out taking care of some insurance business. Wanted to get with all of you today to talk about a couple of things to make sure you know it's time to be safe out there on the highways. All right, a couple of things real quick. Now, first of all, the missing 9-year-old girl was found alive after disappearing from the state park in New York. I will tell you that she was kidnapped. They caught the guy, they tracked him down, they caught the guy, he dropped off a note, they had a fingerprint on the envelope, they tracked the guy, they raided his place, and she was inside, found safe. That guy was trying to do a ransom, snatched a little girl from her bicycle in New York. You know what? It's nice to know sometimes all ends well in these Amber Alerts. It's a good story. It was kind of cool exactly how quickly they did it and what all they did to make it happen. And she is finally home safe with her parents right now. I will tell you, we need to watch our kids when we can. We'll be right back right after this message here on BCB Live, the safest station in the nation.
All right, hey, check it out. Here we are live right here in Mansfield, Texas, our BCB Live studio. What I really love about this place right now are the endless opportunities, the endless ways that you can use this studio.
Hey, welcome back to the 2023 Pickle Parade.
BCB Live, we started out really focused on that transportation, that trucking only, talking about safety, making sure that we're giving that story about safety. We have the ability to do interviews, social media content, sales opportunities. What are you showcasing? What are you doing today that you've got to get that out?
All right, everybody, welcome back to BCB Live, the safest station in the nation. I was actually just sitting there watching Sir Rick talk about BCB Live and making sure everybody knows exactly what it is we do here and how well we do it. You know what? It is good to talk a little bit about diesel prices. Was up 0.7 cents a gallon, basically remained unchanged. It went down 4 last week. It stayed kind of steady across the nation today. I'm hoping we're seeing a little bit of level off period. We had that through the holidays. We had all that fuel usage and everybody running around, and a lot of futures went up a little bit, but we're kind of seeing a little bit of leveling off. Also, the temperatures have dropped dramatically across the country. They're not in the hundreds. They're not in the high 90s. They are reduced a little bit. So we will see a little bit less effect on some of the fuel prices, but I don't think we're going to see a drastic drop. They're still very high. They're still affecting us negatively across the country. So you got to watch what's going on, but it's always nice to see that it isn't going up too much. 0.7 cents is less than a penny. So I just want you to make sure that you see what's going on. Also, the NHT, the National Highway Transportation Safety, has proposed a fleet-wide average mandate of about 58 miles per gallon by 2032. What makes this story interesting is that car manufacturers will get fined in the billions of dollars if they don't make this viable and or possible. And I think some of the big, I was reading an article about this subject that stated that the big car manufacturers that produce trucks and SUVs are the ones that are going to get hit most hard by this and will suffer in great finage. And I'm just saying that Ford, Chevy, and Atlantis or whatever it is, I'm telling you, these guys make the big SUVs and they make the big trucks, so the pickups and stuff like that, so they're going to get hit a little bit hard in fines when it comes to 58 miles to the gallon. I don't know very many pickups that get 58 miles to the gallon. I can promise you that right now, or SUVs. There are not a lot of those running around there with this kind of fuel mileage. So they're talking about taking super big hits, and also 3/4 of the fines that would be levied will be these 3 automakers who do these kind of vehicles. So I don't know if they're going to price themselves out of the market or what have you, but it's an interesting story. And I know you're like, 2032, that's a long way off, Dave. You know what? In the real big scheme of things, 2032 is really not that too far away. All right, let's talk a little bit about, I wanted to play some videos of some accidents on things that we're going to talk about going through. This is what we do here. we talk a little bit about safety. Back off, give space. Always remember, drive defensively. Nothing bad happened here, but it is something to recognize as we talk about it. Look here, this is one of the things that I saw that I watched. This person's cutting over right in front of the truck. Play it safe, back off. It's not necessary always. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to click that button. My bad. What did I do? Here, I'll run it. I'll run it. Well, don't know what I did. But anyway, let's see if I can't get back to it real fast. Here we go. Let's do this. Hang on. All right. And then, all right, we'll see this. Well, I won't stop. I won't mess with it this time. But it's always good to drive defensively no matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're in the big truck. It doesn't matter. Yield the right of way is the safe way to do it. Always give space. People are going to make mistakes. People are going to generate wrong deeds. And this is what I'm talking about here. This person obviously is going to cut off this truck. Don't try to force your way. Don't try to push it. Don't try. Somebody can get hurt. Every accident has the potential for a fatality, believe it or not. Every accident has the potential for someone to get hurt. Every accident has that stuff and that stuff going on. Also, it's good to pay attention. I'll tell you what, this one right here, not paying attention to what's going on. Look at right here. Oh, there you go. You got, wait until the last minute to pay attention to what's happening out there on the road. Keep your mind on the road. Always watch what's going on. Always keep yourself aware of what your surroundings are. Pay attention. Look, here's another one. This will encounter big trucks all the time. Getting pulled out in front of in the last minute out on a freeway. Guys not watching what they're doing, not paying attention. Traffic trying to switch around, trying to pull out. Slow down. Keep yourself comfortable. Here's another one right here. It even happens to big trucks. And let me tell you, to get pushed like this in a big truck, another big truck hit them. I can tell you that right now. So those rear end, everybody keep your good, safe distance. Always make sure you can see the concrete on the road in front of you. And by the way, I've got it right here on my shirt. Slow down in adverse weather conditions. Honestly, tell yourself the truth. Be honest with yourself. It is an adverse weather condition. People are going to make mistakes. You've got to slow down. You can't be out there running around acting like a fool, acting crazy, and acting. So these are some of the videos that we see out there that are real world disasters, real world problems, and real world issues. Make sure you understand exactly what's going on. Give yourself plenty of space. I mean, a lot of these instances cannot occur. Here's another adverse weather condition, slow down, and a small collision. These things can tend to be a lot more dangerous than you can see. Here's one. How about the get out and look theory? Did this person give themselves a little bit too much? And yes, we've got one of those fender benders. And I'm going to tell you, all would have been resolved had you got out and looked. Had you got out and walked back there and saw what it is you needed to see. You can't see behind you back there, so you've got to go out there and see what's going on. Here you are, Interstate 5 in California, northbound on the Grapevine. Look, a vehicle loses control way up ahead. Something so simple as that. You've got to understand just how dangerous it is and how much you have to pay attention all the time. These videos are good exercises in what you should and what you shouldn't do. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's really important. Look at that. Vehicle loses control and everybody comes to a stop. I'm going to tell you, that's what's going on in the real world, folks. You've got to be the person that makes a difference out there on the highways. You've got to be the one that makes sure that bad things don't happen, and that speed, that space, and that distance. Slow down. Be careful. Know what's going on. Look at this. Vehicle truck goes around like that at a high speed. You've got to make sure you know what's going on. Be careful, and always, always, always give yourself plenty of space to be able to stop on that concrete in front of you. We see these, look at this, loses control. Looks like a little bit of inclement weather conditions here as well. You've got a lot going on. Truck flips over. This truck was able to stop in plenty of time to make sure they didn't make a collision here. Look, give yourself the distance. I know we get in the flow of traffic. I know what we do on a regular basis. Are you paying attention? These are scenarios that you see every single day. You look at this, didn't look out their blind side in a big truck sitting there. And then it gets that pit maneuver action, and there's nothing that can happen. Once that car gets tied up there in the corner in that rear, it loses control and gets messed up. I'm telling you right now, These things happen in real life every day. Make sure you watch and you're paying attention and you're understanding that it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility, if you want to be safe out there, to understand that you must sometimes give the right of way of the road. If you want to make sure that you're doing everything you can to be safe, give the right. When a person does this, the best thing you can do, the safest thing you can do is back off and give them they're going to make that decision. They're going to make those mistakes. They're going to cut off. They're going to do that. When they do, understand you need to try to do everything you can to be patient and safe. This happens all the time. You need to do everything you can. And look, you're going to have crazy people out there all the time doing stuff like this. Understand you've got to be the difference maker. If you want to be about safety, and you want to make a difference out there on the road, and you want to create this industry and make it better and also get home safely, you're going to encounter these people like this all the time. You're going to encounter people cutting people off, jockeying for position, trying to make it crazy. Look, we all know it's traffic. We all know what's going on, but you've got to be aware of your surroundings. You've got to understand you have to be the best person in this decision-making process. Look, you got people cutting over, cutting off, bumping into you. And I'm going to tell you right now, they don't understand when it comes to 18-wheelers just how dangerous you are. Look here, vehicle loses control and gets tied up with an 18-wheeler. That is a no-win deal for anybody. That right there doesn't help anybody, and that right there has the potential for a fatality. You know, we show these videos and we talk about this stuff all the time. This right here, be expecting these. This car coming out like that, never going to look, never going to do the right thing. You've got to be the better truck. You've got to be the best person out there on the road. Here we are in another adverse weather condition. Hydroplane, bridge. Guess what? Now you've got to avoid the accident. You've got to pay attention. You've got to understand, and you've got to slow down. Always be ready for a lot that goes on, because I can tell you right now, the dangers that are involved with the people around you making mistakes happens all the time. You're the one that has to make the difference. We can show video after video, but these are reality. This is the reality of what's going on out there. Understand the dangers, and you know, we get complacent. We go out there, we drive, we don't know what's going on, we don't see, we don't expect, and look at this. Things happen. People make mistakes, they get distracted, and they're not paying attention. Drivers, I've always said the most difficult thing about being a truck driver is not driving the truck. It's paying attention and being 100% focused all the time for the many hours that you do. You've got to stay focused. You've got to pay attention. The key to safety here in trucking is doing everything you can to make sure you are aware of your surroundings and knowing that you have to change and adapt to the situations as they occur, because they will change on a minute's notice, and you've got to be the one to do it. You can see these videos. It happens so quickly. Most of them are done so fast, and the ones that are genuinely successful are the people that have distance, speed, and space, that have time to stop. That concrete right there between the hood of your truck will get cut off like that, but you have control of that space. You can stop between you and the vehicle in front of you. That's how important it is. Look at this. Wow. Yeah. Okay, sometimes it's just a rookie out there on the road, but you've got to pay attention to what's going on. Look, I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead and talk about the weather real quick before we get out of here. We've got a little bit of weather precipitation here just above the Rockies as it moves east over to the Midwest Plains. It is starting to look a little bit different than it was yesterday, but we are starting to look into it. And as we move into Wednesday, we were anticipating a lot more showers through here, but it seems look at here as they develop in the Texas area tomorrow evening. Hey, everybody, have a great, wonderful, and safe day out there. Remember, you're the one that makes a difference. You're the one that can make it for you, and you're the one that can make it for the person next to you. Be kind, be safe, be considerate out there on the road. Remember, this is BCB Live, the safest station in the nation, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bam.